Okay, I think I got this set right. This is Greg at Lofty Pursuits, and we're at the store. We're doing storm prep. Here is my handicap space with the guy enjoying an ice cream cone. And that is my ice cream truck, converted from a small school bus. I don't actually think there's anyone in here yet, but that's okay. And I gotta move her. She's gonna be a shield. Hello and welcome. I did unlock her earlier. I don't leave her unlocked. Welcome to the inside of a short school bus. Hello everybody, this is Greg. I am moving my short school bus. This is our ice cream truck. A big part of Lofty Pursuits is ice cream. Man, I needed to shave this morning. It's just been a busy couple of days, I'm sorry. So I am gonna go back up here. There's my freezer trailer. Oh, I'm hoping to stay safe. Right now I'm just doing storm prep for Lofty Pursuits. And one of the things I want to prep, whoa, shit. What did I just hit? I feel like I hit something. I guess I didn't hit anything. I just stopped short. There's somebody behind me, and I don't know why there's anybody here. I guess I gotta get out. Just gonna back up to where I want it to go. So the goal here with this truck is to protect my windows. It is fairly easy to get new windows for my truck, for my ice cream bus. But it's fairly hard for me to get new windows for my store. So this is about to become an ice cream truck shield. Here's the door, here's the truck. Do this every big storm. It's never really been needed, but who knows? Things fly around, and this will stop it from flying. I'm assuming you can hear me. That's locked. That's locked. Okay. School bus is now locked. This is our freezer trailer over here. It is our backup freezing source. As you can see, the nice cold forming here. It is negative something. Let's see how cold it is right now. It is about negative, it's only at 0. It should be colder than that. I don't know why. Hell, it's what we got is what we got. But this allows us to store the ice cream if the other freezer goes out. It can run off a generator. Okay. Time to go in. A username. Thank you very much. Stories like this make this worthwhile. Oh yeah, we have this on. Ooh, I can show you my new toy. Oh, it's not plugged in. Let me plug it in. This is a 1930s, I think. I'm still working on the provenance. Old drugstore scale. So this would have been outside a soda fountain or a drugstore somewhere, and you would have paid a penny to find your weight because home scales weren't common. And tracking your health was becoming important. So, man, I got water on me. So I got one of these things thinking, there were outlet soda fountains back in the day. They were known as silent salesmen. They took a penny. But the one I got was only $100. The market value of these things is multiple thousands for a working one. And this definitely wasn't working. There were a whole bunch of parts missing. There were, the back was missing, and it looked like somebody had taken parts out to try to fix it, never got around to finishing it, and by the time I bought it, those parts were gone. So I bought it for $100, like I said, and I modified it. It now has an Arduino and a Raspberry Pi in it, and unfortunately you may see how much I weigh in a second. But it's now a digital readout down here instead of the wheel you might have seen in the other video I did this morning. But now the knob that would let you change your fortune lets you change what planet you're on. So you can see your weight on all sorts of different planets. And each one has a description from somebody who might know something about the planet. A mythical description, of course. Mars is my favorite. Because it's John Carter from, John Carter. And then when you get off, 30 seconds later it resets. I had to take all the mechanism out of it, replace it with something called the load cell, remachine parts in the bottom to support the load cell, remachine parts so I could put the monitors in place, which are a little tricky due to the pre-done glass windows, and of course write the code. And Arduino measures the weight because it doesn't have timing issues and passes it to a Raspberry Pi 4 that could run two monitors, the two monitors in the top. I wrote the software in Python, which is kind of interesting. I know a lot of programming languages, but I taught myself Python for this. Okay, so this is the part you see all the time, usually closer up than this. We have a video running over it of our videos making candy. And this is the candy making area. This is our corn syrup reserves, sugar reserves. I don't know if you can see this, it's kind of dark. All the old candy equipment. This is where we sell the unicorn droppings. At the moment we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, which is a lot for us. That's why we don't sell the mail order. The candy. This is the party room. We rent this out and people eat breakfast here. I don't know if you can see. That over there is a creature from the Black Lagoon head. It's a cast of supposedly the original. I don't know if I buy that. There's a thing on the top, which is a length of cable Nick Wallenda walked across the Grand Canyon on. He's a tightrope artist. Here are my Creature from the Black Lagoon paintings that I painted. Here's one of Tarzan. And I'm a big Tom Lehrer fan, and one of the things we're going to do today is put the Tom Lehrer memorabilia, some of which is one of a kind, most of it's one of a kind, in a waterproof container, just in case. Let's see, what else do we have over here? This is the ice cream section, the menu for breakfast and lunch. Our ice cream section's been covered with styrofoam sheets to protect it. And now we get to the toy area. And we have lots and lots of interesting toys. Oh good, they took the pints out of the pint freezer. This is all the outdoor furniture here. And over here, we have board games and we have a Frisbee golf area. I really don't know if you can see this, but we have about 2,000 or 3,000 Frisbee golf discs. Here is my collection of Heimlich maneuver posters, artistic ones. I just think they're funny. This is a funhouse mirror from the 1950s that I love. And up here, get a little further away. Up here are portraits of myself and a collection of employees, because employee of the month photos kind of seemed kind of silly to me. Above it is a collection of ice cream scoops dating back to the 1700s. Let's see, what other things do I have here that you'd be interested in? Emergency signs. It is an ice cream shop. You can't see it well, but that silver thing at the top is an original Frisbee pie tin. Of course, we put it in the Frisbee section. See what other cool things are here. I see them all the time, so they don't ring out as much. There was a great tiki bar here in town called Waterworks. I got one of their tiki heads. Here's a poster from the 2013 World Yo-Yo Competition, the last year I ran it, signed by everybody. Here is a collection of yo-yo patches, which was the award system back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Here is my collection of old yo-yos dating back to the 1800s with one. Most of them are much newer than that. Although, let's see, where is it? I have a florist in here somewhere. I don't see it right now. But I have the yo-yo that is the company that Duncan bought. So it's, oh, there it is, right there. So that later became Duncan Yo-Yos. That's from the 20s. I've got awards. There, this gold thing is my Lifetime Achievement Award from the World Yo-Yo Contest. Oh, I got this over here. If anyone out there knows what a Captain Crunch Bozeman whistle that John Draper discovered generated a 2600 megahertz tone, I got one of those on the wall. I've got some of the instruments from the Lofty Pursuits Marching Band in storage here. Olivia, I'm just good at finding stuff. What can I say? Oh, and here is the jukebox that I built. I powered it down. I can power it up for you. Hang on. Decided these things being off the line, power. Of course, I built it off a Raspberry Pi. This is an old monitor that used to display ice cream flavors and the computer that used to run it. It'll take a moment to boot. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, it seems to have disconnected me. I'm sorry. Okay, so this thing now has about 150 songs on it. And now, let's see, what am I going to play for you? I got a lot of oddball covers of things on here because I want people to think about music as music. You know, I haven't been enjoying making the videos as much, and more to the point, I haven't figured out what to say. I needed to take some time off. Okay, it's unusual. This is a cover by somebody you're not expecting. Marky Ramone from the Ramones. So a punk cover, it's unusual. And that's my visualizer. It seems to be sticking. Michael, Joel L. I guess that's your Kryptonian. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Yeah, it's meant to give diner vibes or jukebox vibes. You want a jukebox to be obviously a jukebox, even if you built it in your shop out of scrap parts. Chuckless, you're right, I probably could do that, but that would sort of take away from the candy. Remember, I don't make money off the videos that don't sell candy. Well, Fruitbox is the software description language for jukeboxes for the Raspberry Pi. That isn't my name. I built it off other people's software. You can find it out there. It's a very good package. It runs on most Raspberry Pis. I'm using version 1.0. 2.0 is supposed to be better. But this is Marky Ramone from the Ramones. And of course, I have a video of the old turntable because I didn't think you could have a jukebox without a turntable. And as that goes, the record comes off and the visualizer turns itself off. The visualizer turning off was the hardest thing. Let me unplug this thing. There we go. Oh, I brought a board in here. Oh, here's the board. I actually have a small project I want to finish. Having projects not finished drives me crazy. Now the regular background music goes on, which it turns off automatically when it plays, like a jukebox should. See, I built this back area for the front of the store recently. And this is a hole. And the other day I found some garbage going down this hole. So I cut a board, C-board, that'll fit up here. And I'm about to mount it in place. There we go. I didn't count on this French cleat being here, so I had to make some clearance for it. If you hold on a second, I'll leave you pointed at the store somehow, and I'll go get my screwdriver out of a completely black back room. Here we go. I'm not putting anything that could attract bugs back there. I'm not planning on evacuating Shameless. It's not going to be that bad. We're pretty far north. And my house is at 100 and something feet above sea level. The storm surge is 20 feet. There are lots of places around here that need to evacuate, but when I brought my house and picked my store location, I definitely made it solid. Okay, hang on a second. Let me turn this around. There we go. Okay, where is one? I'm trying to do the cheap way of finishing up the black to make the screws match, to use a Sharpie, but I don't see any Sharpies back here. I'll be right back. I got to put these away. Okay. There, that looks good now. So I'll be able to put something up here too if I need to. And now the straws, the toothpicks. I just built this base right here to raise my lactate vending machine up. Yeah, that's something else I built. I mean, why don't people with ice cream shops sell lactate? Because people want to enjoy ice cream. Thank you, Serge. I pronounced that right. Yeah, I'm a little worried. This storm's going to be weird. I'm not really worried for my house, but I'm a little worried for the roof here. The roof can come off, trench with water. I won't be out of business, but I'll be down for a long time, and I don't know how I'll afford that. Let's see. I also now have root beer float flights. In the previous video, I showed you those. Here's some of the local ingredients we sell. Bill Wharton's hot sauce, Liquid Summer, our own branded jam, Lucky Goat coffee. There's our tangerine sours and some of our candy. Most of the candy is on the other side of the store over there. I don't know if you can see or if I can even get it to focus, but there's a painting on the far wall in the back corner that just says candy. Here's the bar. I'm going to get myself something to drink, I think. Here's our sign for root beer floats that Devin Box drew. By the way, behind this wall is a full kitchen. That's where we cook breakfast. Our point of sale system, that's open source. Because me. I want some root beer. I think we're the only place in the country that has 3 different kegged root beers on tap. We have Abita, Sprecher, and Red Hare from outside of Atlanta. And because of that, we have these boards that I made on my laser cutter that can hold 3 of these little mugs. So you can get a flight of root beer floats at Lofty Pursuits. And I made those on the CNC router I showed you before, and my laser cutter. It really is. YouTube's going to hate this video because of the background music. It's going to take it down immediately. I don't actually know how to turn it off. Oh, there's our big banana. There's a banana theme going. I also made this banana mosaic when they had to tear up the floor to fix some plumbing. They couldn't fix the tiles. So I had fun. Oh. I got some new candy in the works, but we just released some. We released our candy corn candy, which is various corn-flavored candies. Everyone should always vote. Shameless. Let's see. I don't know any more actual art designs I've been thinking about. We've been working on flavors. I'm thinking about doing the Irma Gerd again, which was a storm candy, but we just did some amazing, and we have it out there for order right now, corn candy, not candy corn, that is just wonderful. It's the corn candy that was in our Thanksgiving assortment and in our Imagination assortment, but we added a caramel candy corn, and we added we had 4 of them. We added a low boil corn, which has Old Bay in it, and oh my God, it's wrong and wonderful at the same time. You've got that great store in Cork, because the Le Mans, something like that. They do amazing work. It's not what we do, but it's absolutely amazing. It's on my life list of places to visit. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the store. Well, I don't do taffy at all, orange soup, but the most we've ever done in a piece of hand-cut candy is, I think, 11 colors. What is the absolute worst tasting candy you've ever had? That I've made or not? If I made, it was wasabi. I'm not doing that again. And turkey. I'm not doing that again. I was really trying to get a turkey to work for the Thanksgiving assortment. The ham worked so wonderfully. And then Actually, Serge, it wasn't blue raspberry, it was cotton candy, because I thought the clouds looked like cotton. But, you know, it's just a thing. I may make some if we have power on the weekend. Yeah, but it's not going to stay up because, well, the YouTube doesn't like the background music here. So I'm not gone. It's just I was trying to figure out how to do things new. And I had lots of projects I've been wanting to do that I couldn't do. Part of the problem is in August of last year. Do you even want to hear this story? If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay. Last August, I got a letter from the State Department of Revenue, the sales tax people, and I got an audit. And the audit took a couple of 100 hours, and I passed. I mean, actually, they owed me money. But it was a random thing. It happens to businesses. But it just took so much time that I, well, cut off anything that I didn't need to. It was very stressful. And that was followed by a huge rush in February for orders where I had to spend all the time making candy. Going through this, I just haven't been happy with the last couple of years worth of videos. I want to figure out a better way to do it, and they're all the same. I mean, I know you guys like it, don't get me wrong, and they're fun, but they stop becoming fun to make. And I don't like doing things that aren't fun, so I'm trying to figure out a way to do things that are more fun. Of course, I also got out of the habit of that and the podcast. My goal is to get the podcast back first. That's part of the reason I'm doing the stream, to get comfortable again with stream of consciousness talking. I've also spent just a lot of time thinking of philosophy about business, about art, about where I fit in this. And lastly, maybe this isn't lastly, I'm sure there's like 20 more things. I wanted to fix up the front of the store. Ever since like 2019, really when Tangerine Sours came out, I've been working candy full-time, mostly dealing with shipping and production. And the front of the store was suffering. And if I'm going to have a great business, I need to have a great front of the store. So I can show you what I did, sort of. Disney, I don't have any half and half. I just have whole cream. We don't use half and half here. Okay, so before COVID, all of these sneeze guards were lower. I spent a lot of time during COVID just rebuilding the front of the store for safety, but not for functionality. In the past year, these two dipping cabinets got replaced. The dipping cabinets are the visual cabinets you scoop ice cream from. Well, shameless legend, I use cream for the coffee because I buy cream to make ice cream with, and I hate buying another product that might go bad. We go through cream so fast, we just stick with cream. If somebody wants half and half, we literally make half and half by mixing cream and milk like you should. So these front cabinets, the old dipping cabinets were exactly the same model, just an older version, and they were just old, and they were hitting the near end of life, and I can't be without them, so I bought a new one and got them put in. Did the same thing with the walk-in freezer. Over here, when we moved here in 2016, and things just went crazy after that with first the Tangerine Sours and the COVID, I had a 3-compartment sink here that had one of these things called the syrup rail integrated, and the refrigeration died for a couple of years back, and I was trying to get it fixed. This is around the side, my classic 2-position seltzer head, so I rebuilt it over here, and the refrigerator. So now everything's up front, so the employees don't have to travel as far. There was a whole bunch of stuff around here. It was in the back with a different shaped freezer. This is where we store our vegan ice creams. So we basically divided the place. Things were intermixed. This is now ice cream prep, so people don't have to walk around, and this is more breakfast prep. I mean, the root beer is over here too, and the full 3-compartment sink. But their times aren't there. And these lower cabinets weren't here, and they gained us a lot of space and storage. Things were just stored terribly in boxes and stuff. So now here are the silverware pre-rolled for breakfast, and here are the lids. There are the cups, and here are the coffee cups and drinks right next to the register where people place their order. We got this thing set up, and I brought in all of this root beer, which I keep on going on about. I added this table and the sink down here. There used to be the refrigeration that's around the corner here. Actually, refrigeration that's no longer here, but this thing over here this is an orange juicer, an industrial one, an old one from the 1950s. Yeah, we do breakfast every day. And on Friday and Saturday, we do it until 7 p.m. because sometimes you need breakfast for dinner. And here's the 3-compartment sink. So that now we took all the dishes that were up front where everyone could see, and we could hide it under this lip, all the dirty dishes. We have a bigger one back there. And we added the sodas on the end, and we made a lot of things more efficient. And the upper cabinets were here, but the lower cabinets weren't. It looks so much nicer. The next thing I'm doing is fixing the floor. But this has been one project at a time. But now this side, this is getting a stainless steel cover because water tends to pool on it and destroys the finish. I added this text up here. I don't know if you can see it. Root beer flights. Whoa, hey, I can zoom. I didn't know that. Root beer flights, have a nice pot of tea. The front of this was really beginning to look like a bad gas station. So I made these new pieces out of slatboard I painted them black. As you saw, I just put this top on right here. I now have space actually designed to hold the lactate and stuff. These slats here are gonna hold gift cards that people can buy. The candy is now well displayed up front, which I think is cool. The corner is now dedicated to napkins, so before you pay, you go by the napkins and the wet wipe, and this is where you pick up your ice cream. So this is coming along very nicely. I only have 2 sections left to go, really. This big blue area on the wall that looks crappy is gonna get a classic mirror built. One of the ones with a wooden frame around it. Thank you, Parker. We've done an old-fashioned ice cream sundae candy mix. Oh yeah, we've got about 3,000 golf discs here. On this side, we have the glows and a couple of the brands. But yeah, we have them well organized. We call this the disc library. Of course we do, Patrick. You'll find them in the sugar-free section on our website. We usually do 2 or 3 at a time, depending on how many we sell, depends on how big a stock we get. We don't want them to go bad. I found this one in Montreal. A username. Thank you so much, by the way. Still don't know how this thing works. Oh, so I decided the end of the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka film, he had a half statue that he put his hat on. I wanted one for myself. I think I made a video of this that's out there. I do ship to Japan, Tony. Let's see, anything else neat? Not that I can get to with light. I mean, there's my YouTube 100,000 silver badge. Somewhere back there, I got a letter from Warren Buffett thanking me for the candy I sent him with the Warren Buffett video that I did. Oh yeah, I got to put away my Tom Lehrer memorabilia, don't I? Do I really need to do that? Here's my signed copies of the Hitchhiker's Guide too. I don't know. Yeah, order candy. Just wait until Monday and find out what condition we're in. A username and might happen someday. We're about to release a more sour version of the candy. The tangerine sours. The storm surge is forecast to be as high as 20 feet. We're 115 feet. We're pretty far inland. We're about 30 minutes from the coast. I don't know. It's paper goods. Ephemera just gets damaged with too much. Parker, yes, we're going to get hammered by the storm. Disc golfing is enormous in Florida. You can play it year-round, unlike in a lot of places. And we have the #1 course in Florida, the number 65 course on the planet here in Tallahassee. We're not Australia. The wildlife isn't a problem. We don't ship to the UK at all because of what they require for me to ship. If the order was over 100 pounds, possibly. Bortello, I gave a tour of the wood shop in the previous stream for this that might still be up if YouTube decided that the background... Well, there's no background music here. YouTube won't have any trouble. I'll probably take it down in a day or two, but you can see what we do. Table saw, panel saw, mostly because I work by myself and cutting down sheet goods with a panel saw is the safest way to do it. Chop saw. I really think those are the three which I use the most. Drill press that I use the most. I don't even use the drill press as much as most people. For some reason, I'm able to drill a straight hole perfectly straight with a hand drill. I guess it's my magical power. Joe and Vanessa Pearson's Tom Brown Park is right. Timothy, the Everglades are a 9-hour drive from here. Gators aren't as much problems as crocodiles. Gators are fairly smart. Crocodiles are stupid. Gators don't want to bother you. Favorite candy that you made and one you haven't made and want to try? My favorite candy we make is anything grapefruit. My favorite candy that I haven't made but would want to try... You know, I think I've tried all my favorite candies that I want to make. There's a chocolate-covered jelly that's made by Jane's Confectionery that I love up in Philadelphia. Yeah, I know. Flavors are 90% of the issue, Serge. We've done pine candy, and we're going to do it again in Christmas. So, yes, wood flavor candy is possible. The most dangerous tool in the shop is, well, statistically, it's the bandsaw, because people put one hand on either side of the wood as they're cutting through, and it takes off a thumb. I actually used to teach shop class, so I know this stuff. Honeycomb is a completely different type of candy, something I'd like to make. We're actually thinking about opening up a second kitchen for chocolate, but this kitchen won't double. Oh, Parker, Urie's raccoon is just over the top. Disney Dame, I'm hunkering down. We're pretty far inland. Thank you, Lego Kid. Well, the second kitchen would mostly be for catering hot food, but we might put a chocolate kitchen in there. It depends on whether a neighbor moves or not. DK57 for the retail store. Yeah, we have 4 generators. Hopefully we won't need it. Well, there's a tradition for pine needle candy. Pine needle is a flavor, and we do it. I don't know, until I get bored or until it starts raining harder. I've got to move one more vehicle. Well, my house is a generator, too. Serge, our flavors are natural, and we put a lot of money into flavors. We do funny flavored candy. We do it regularly. There really wasn't an announcement, Mr. Portal, but it's coming back. I just took a year off to work on other projects and have fun, create new stories because I was running out of stories. Butter pecan flavored hard candy we could do. Haven't tried it yet. A good idea. And we sometimes use artificial flavors, but we don't really get requests for them because the other stuff tastes so good. The problem with taffy is wrapping it. You really need to have a taffy machine, and that means you really need to have somebody who can fix it. It's a skill I have not really wanted to master. I'm probably going to do some YouTube videos soon, I hope. I want to do one on the corn candy, but not candy corn. Believe it or not, we have a freeze-dryer upstairs, and we've made freeze-dried treats for the loot boxes we've made. Thinking about doing a whole line of freeze-dried treats. Well, I need a different space that has more humidity control. We make the stuff up front in the stores, you know, and with people walking in, it's not a thing. Yeah, milk candy has a couple of traditions there, and Ukraine. I have thought about making it, and I've experimented with it unsuccessfully. I found the pistachio didn't translate well into hard candy. You sort of want it to be soft. Thank you, Nick. I plan to stay safe. You know, in England, your seaside places are going under. Apparently, one of the biggest distributors decided to contract all the rock from China. So it dropped the costs, left the prices the same. I have friends who own places in Blackpool, and it's just not been good to them. Haven't been to Shrivers, but they haven't made a good taffy machine since the 30s. Our plan, Ann, is to be open Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Corey, just what it sounds like. You work dehydrated milk into the candy. We're not able to get the goat milk easily up here. You know, Ann, a lot depends on whether we have power or not. So you're a candy maker, Shabby? Where are you from? That close? Wow. So what are you talking about? Is that freeze-dried candy or candy that you make that close to us? I'm sorry, I don't know you. This is embarrassing. Botello, I don't think you can make image candy in a batch less than about 15 or 20 pounds. I don't think you have a stove hot enough at any house. I'm sorry. I know I can't make it smaller than that. Okay, folks, I think it's time for me to wrap this up. It's just about 11. The the winds are supposed to get rough at noon. I'd like to be home before that. Shabby, that's wonderful. If we ever get the chocolate area open, I'd love to talk to you. Because I don't know chocolate. I'm taking a class at a candy technologist convention in a couple of weeks. Actually, I leave the weekend after this, a week from Sunday. Thank you, Serge. I'm probably going to do another stream from my front porch, but I don't want to do it from the store. Need to move my pickup truck to block another window, and then I'll head home. Thank you so much. Goodbye, all.